Okay, I think we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Has everybody had a chance to look over the minutes from the previous meeting? Moved by Justin to approve. Second by Cale. All in favor? All right. Sheriff report. I did talk with Cody. He's going to come to the next meeting. Cassie was out on vacation, and Janelle went to training to where she can learn some of the dispatch report part of it. So he was going to come to the first meeting in July and give us a more detailed report. Trav Jensen, did he talk to you at all, Leanne?
So before, I guess he talked to you, he had showed up here at the office, went over it. He said that he wanted to come to this council meeting so that he could basically tell you guys, sorry, he hasn't started anything, but he was also looking into downsizing what he originally wanted to put on the property. I told him, that's fine, I can put him on the agenda. I guess tonight's meeting was it did not work out well with his schedule because he was out of town or had an event, something of that nature. But that's all that he told me while he was here.
I talked to him this morning. He was in the office, and then he texted me about an hour ago, and he said he was looking to see if he could change the size of the building to a 10 by 15, which he has the materials on site for. So.
What was the building before?
30 by 24, right? Does that sound right?
I can pull up the deed real quick. Give me just a second.
Should be out on the share under attorney. Those letters were out there.
30 by something.
What's that?
It was 30 by something.
30 by 24, I believe. Yeah, I don't know that it matters either. That's
30 by 24.
30 by. And he's supposed to have it started in 1 year with it completed in 2 years, correct? And it was March 6th, I believe, that it was filed.
What's out there now? Anybody been out there?
He just has
Junk?
stuff piled up.
That's treasure pile of stuff.
Yeah. So I think there was some restaurant equipment, wasn't there?
Sinks, I think.
Yeah. Some stuff like that.
Was there when they first did that, was there some sort of stipulation how big the building was going to be?
It says on the deed that he is to construct the 30 by 24 to commence within 1 year and to complete within 2. So that is the actual, the term.
The amount of equipment down there won't fit in his little building he's talking about now. That's already on the lot.
Was he the one to come up with the 30 by 24?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not even sure if it fit in the 30 by 24, the thing he's got down there right now. But it ain't gonna fit in that little bitty thing.
Is there any original stipulation as far as what the building was to be used for? There wasn't, was there, Lauren?
No, I don't believe so.
We just need to get him here and find out exactly what he's thinking.
We can, if you guys are ready.
Will you change the deed since it's deeded?
Yeah,
Isn't
we
it?
would. It's a specific condition on the deed, and so any modifications to that, we would have to modify the deed.
It's been over 2 years.
What's that?
It's been over 2 years.
It's been 1 year. It was supposed to be commenced within It was supposed to be commenced within 1 year of the date of filing the deed. And I don't have that date. My understanding is it was the beginning of March, I
6th,
believe,
I think.
of 2023. It was supposed to be commenced within 1 year and completed within 2. And as of March 6th, my first letter went on April 9th, and my second one was served, and it was served on the 17th of June. And to my knowledge, there has been nothing commenced on that property as far as construction-wise.
No.
Just a pile of equipment. There's got some cooler down there and a fryer. And, I never saw anything that had to do anything with the building. It might have been there in weeds, but I don't know.
I don't know if it was that part that he took off over here, that he would have materials to.
I guess the big question is anything ever going to happen regardless of what?
I mean, as it stands right now, he didn't uphold his end of the agreement. So whether or not we want to allow him to amend it, or I guess A, we could allow him to amend it to a smaller building, or B, not allow it, stick with the original size, and whether we extend it to the full 2-year term to get it completed, or he deed the property back to the city because he was breach of contract. And I mean, that would be our 3 options I see.
What's it going to cost to make the changes
What do you mean?
On the deed?
in the deed and stuff?
I mean, I still have the deed in Word format. I'd have to do it as a corrective deed. Maybe $100, $150 at most. And then he'd be responsible for the filing fee. And I think that the filing fee should be collected by the city, and then the city files the deed. And the reason I think that is because all of the conditions have always been from the date of the filing of the deed, and so if he has it and then he hangs on to it for 6 months before he files it, that doesn't start the time running until the 6 months.
Unless we change it to the date of the deed, where it would be approved and signed by the city.
Right, but if he holds onto it and he doesn't file it, then I mean at this point, because it's more lenient, he has no reason to file it right away, and so that doesn't. I mean, we're asserting our rights to do certain things, and without it being filed, the new agreement wouldn't be noticed to the public, and so I guess the concern would be that, I mean, if he decided to sell it or he had decided to do anything else with it, but I think that if you want to change it, we'd have to file a corrective deed. And if you don't want to allow him to change it and just say he's in breach of contract, he'd have to quit claim it back to us.
Has he paid anything on it?
$257.81. It is generally allowed. I think it's 3 cents per square foot, 27 cents per square yard. When people purchase things out there, with the understanding of they have to put something there so that the tax money will be brought in. And so it's sold for very little. It's sold for very little because part of the consideration, part of the payment of it is putting up a building.
And 30 by 24 would be much more
I
tax.
was gonna say 10 by 15 is probably not even gonna.
Right.
It's gonna be pennies on the dollar to bring tax dollars in there.
It's a garden shed.
Yeah.
We probably don't want a bunch of stuff just laying around out there. I don't think that's part of the deal, right?
The question I have is where's it going to go?
I mean, I guess he's not really here.
I mean, we can table it.
I mean, if he was here to admit it, that'd be one thing, but he's not here.
I mean, I guess here's
So I guess we go with the deed. It says what it is.
According to that letter you sent me, he needed to be here. Correct?
I sent him the letter. I said he needed to attend a meeting no later than July 8th, so I did give him till July 8th. I mean, even when he's here, the first thing that the council is going to need to decide is whether the council is going to be lenient and allow him an extension of time. I mean, I guess because
Extension of time, one, the modification in the building and time, or C.
right. I mean, I guess
Right, yeah.
if it's the council's opinion, that he hasn't done anything, it needs to be deeded back to the city. I'm not sure why we were asking him to come in, but I mean, I guess if he doesn't have a satisfactory plan for a modification to the council, then it needs to come back to the city anyways. Because as of now, he's in breach of contract.
Let's go by the deed. It's not fair for everybody else. though.
That's what's on file right now, so,
Right, what everybody else thinks?
Said over a year. Till we start something.
Right next door.
And that's what I'm a little concerned about.
What's your concern?
About where that stuff's gonna go to.
I guess then we address it.
What was
I mean,
originally the intent of selling the land?
So when the city originally got it was the industrial park to sell land at a discounted rate to bring business per se, and then it's been storage units and agreements. It's all that it's been up until Fruins put up that garage building, and then the sewers put up the building, and then Travis put up the building. Other than that, that's all that's been out there since the city acquired it 20 years ago.
I think his neighbor's gonna be a good asset for the area.
Mhm.
That just went in.
Yeah.
I need to find something more like that.
Was his lot north of the storage units? Who was it?
So that's the one he's right on the
Oh,
side.
that's right. It was right next to that one.
And then the sewers got the rest.
Sewers is up here.
He's got all of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because there was a building there that was the rock was down.
So we had,
On
so
the
Furman
property
had to
line.
buy, yep.
Yeah.
Because this started actually back in August of last year.
Yeah.
But then we had the issue that Mike Fruin built his up too far to the west, past his property line, and we made him buy another sliver of land, and then Trav bought the rest to the west. So it's been ongoing for almost a year now. Since it started.
this Tucker's spot building was already there, right?
That was not in the industrial park.
It wasn't in the.
That was, yeah.
Okay.
Was it ever, what was his intention to have a 30 by 24 building in the first place? This
You
thing, what did he say?
remember what his
Storage in the shop is what I remember.
I mean, I'd go by the deed because if you ever sell it, at least, I mean, it's
Yeah.
something more than just 10 by 15.
10 by 15 is not going to generate any revenue tax-wise to recoup.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion, I guess.
I guess is that a motion?
Sure, I'll move.
Moved by Justin to stick with the deed and take the property back. Further discussion or a
Or
second?
you want to wait till July 8th? But I still think you go by the deed.
Well, we did tell him to be here by the 8th, so maybe.
I think he's supposed to be out of town at the next meeting,
Oh,
so he won't be here at the 8th.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. You're right, though.
It's not our responsibility for having him come here. We have to,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can give him to the 8th, then he can decide whether to be here or not.
I'd say give him till the 8th. That's what we sent the letter for.
Okay,
But we need, I say, stand by the what's filed with the deed right now.
Okay. That's what we'll do. We'll wait till the 8th then.
Do you want me to send a follow-up correspondence stating
I
that
can-
if you are not at the meeting on the 8th, we will expect the execution of a quitclaim deed within the week?
I'll just call him. Since I've talked to him a couple times today,
Okay.
I'll reach out to him. So, the audit review.
Tim is on the line and ready whenever you guys are.
Yeah, mine wasn't working either. Leanne, do you have another cord?
I have my cord.
Do you have your cord?
Yeah.
Mine was out and, oh. Thank you.
So we have to join this?
Yes.
Yeah, I can share with you. if you want.
Okay.
Join.
We're gonna get another feedback echo
Hmm.
for everybody.
Oh, we could only have one or two people on, right?
Last
Was
time
that
we got
the-
a whole bunch of
I
feedback.
think everybody
Uh-huh.
just needed to mute their mics.
Or do that, yeah. Sure.
How long does it take to load?
I'm still waiting for the order.
Waiting.
You have to have some other kind of help.
What's that?
It's just not loading.
Yeah, it's giving me a spinny thing. It says it's admitting you. And
We've had weird internet problems all day. Yeah. It's like our place, the place around us too.
We need a big computer, big TV.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you just put it on that one?
do you have the cord? Or
The source connected?
There's just,
I just felt like she was alone, like she needed someone to know that she was there. I don't think possibly she was old enough to shut her mom lived.
And then it should reach from there.
Even in a dark room, you can see nothing but a big black figure.
Scared.
I'm scared.
Took me off the call. Anybody else?
I'm doing it.
Really being represented on that stage as well, and what was really represented in that audience.
sign off on. That's what she did.
Wasn't showing the screen.
She's back on the not very long.
Is there a way to just get her audio? Or we could just.
You know, phone call or something?
Yeah, I mean, that's a document on it. Can share.
Yeah, we have a document. Which input is it on? HDMI or what?
No, it's showing the background of my screen.
Oh.
We just need a color and. We're gonna call on the. Just have a call in on this one and then we can.
Hello?
Hello, this is the City of St. Francis.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I should have said that.
Hi. Hi, this is Kim at Adams Brown.
Okay?
Are we going to do this over the phone instead of through Teams?
We can't get it to connect.
I think it's the song.
Okay, that's no problem. I think, you guys have the copies of the report in front of you, or I can go through them just over the phone. That's not a big deal.
Yep, we have them.
Okay, are you ready for me to get started then?
Yep, we're ready.
Okay. Well, I will start with the audit report. That will be the largest of the two documents that you should have. Okay. I'll start on page 1 of the report. This is our independent auditor's report. We are issuing 2 opinions on the financial statements. The first is an adverse opinion in accordance with U.S. generally accepted accounting principles. Annually, the city does pass a resolution to opt out of GAAP, so therefore we cannot issue an opinion on it. But you do opt into the regulatory basis of accounting or in accordance with KMAG, and we do issue an unmodified opinion on that basis of accounting, which is basically a clean opinion. Okay. And then I'm going to skip to page 4 of the statement. This is the main financial statement. It is a list of each of the funds showing beginning unencumbered cash, receipt, expenditures, ending unencumbered cash, encumbrances and accounts payable are then added back to come to your ending cash balance of about $3.4 billion. Overall, your unencumbered cash for the year went from about 2.2 million to 3.1, or an increase of about 800,000. There were a couple of items that led to that increase, mainly in the capital improvement and the infrastructure improvement fund. Both of those saw large increases due to a larger amount that was transferred in to those funds from other funds. The street bond project fund, there were bonds issued for a project this year of about $500,000, and not all of them were spent. There was an increase there of about 160. And then your utilities fund saw an increase of about 200,000 due to just newer expenses in that fund. I will point out you do see one negative number on there in the grants fund and the unencumbered cash. That is not uncommon in that fund, and most of the grants are on a reimbursement basis, so those funds were subsequently received by the city in 2024. That is the main financial statement. Next, we have the notes to the financials. We did not have any significant changes to these in 2023, so they're going to look very familiar to you. So I'm just going to point out a couple of the main footnotes. Page 7 and page 8 is a note regarding your cash deposits. Since the city does report on the cash basis, we do spend quite a bit of time focusing on cash. We do look at all of the bank reconciliations and make sure that they are reconciled, that they're approved, that they tie to the general ledger. We confirm all of your bank accounts, and then we also confirm pledged securities to make sure all of your deposits were adequately secured. And we had no issues in 2023. And then at the bottom of page 8 is a footnote regarding capital projects. The city did receive a CDBG grant to do some street improvements. They were awarded $600,000. However, as of 12/31/23, only about $500,000 of that had been expended, and then the local funds of about $400,000 had been used to match that project for a total amount of just over $900,000. Okay, and then I'm going to skip all the way to the end of the footnote to note 16 on page 12. This is regarding the city's debt. You can provide a description of each debt agreement. And then on page 14, we have a nice summary. We see each agreement, the beginning balance, the additions, reductions, and then the end of year balance. You will notice there was one new agreement in 2023 for general obligation bonds. And then at the bottom of page 14 is a schedule showing future payments on all of the debt. One item that is not included in these statements is any violations of campus statutes. We do look at a couple dozen different statutes to make sure the city is in compliance, and we found no issues there. Then I'm going to skip to page 15. Page 15 and the remainder of the report is just supplemental information to support the financials. Page 15 is a budget to actual statement. We do look at each fund. We compare the expenditures to the budget to make sure that there were no budget violations, which we did not have any. And then the remaining statements are a summary of each fund showing a detail of the different types of receipts and expenditures, comparing the current year to the prior year and then the current year to the budget. I won't go into those in detail as it's quite a lot of information. But this is a financial statement if anyone has any questions on those. Okay, if not, I can skip to the other report you have in front of you.
I think that's fine.
Okay. The second report is a letter. We call it our governance letter. This is a required communication to the council. And this is where we would note if there were any significant changes in accounting practices, any difficulties in or any disagreements with management, that sort of thing. I'll just highlight a couple of key items on here. Page 2, just about mid-page, we have other, this is called other audit findings and issues. At the beginning of the audit, Adam Brown submitted a letter to the council detailing any areas that we consider to be of higher risk for the audit. And that is something we do preliminarily based on prior year experience and then review of your preliminary financial numbers. After reviewing those and working through the audit, we decided there was another area of higher risk that we wanted to communicate to you, and that was the change in city clerk. This is a risk that can come about whenever there is a change in a key accounting position. There's always that risk that key controls could be changed or procedures could be changed. So we do look at those and make sure that we design and perform our audit to address any risk that may have happened. However, no issues were found. At the top of page 3 is a comment or recommendation that we have for management. We do look at accounts receivable. We would recommend that the city implement a policy regarding receivables and when they should be written off, what type of collections should be pursued, that sort of thing. And we have been informed that this is currently in process and will be developed here later this year. And then at the bottom of page 3 is one item that we consider to be a material weakness in internal controls. And this is something that you've seen every year. It is lack of segregation of duties. Due to the small size of the city, it is nearly impossible to segregate duties as much as they should be. However, the city does have some mitigating risks or controls in place to help mitigate that risk, such as council oversight. So we just ask you to keep that in mind as you're reviewing the financial information that you are part of the control process to help alleviate segregation of duties. And those are the only comments from that letter. Any questions on that?
Nope, no questions here.
Okay. Well, if you, I know it's a lot of information, so if you think of anything at a later date, you can always reach out to me and we can visit then as well. But with that, I would just like to thank the city staff for all of their help. They made the audit pretty easy for me, so I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, we appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right, well, if you need anything, let me know.
Alrighty, have a great evening.
You too, thanks.
Uh-huh.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Is that all you had for the review?
There is a letter in front of you, because it's in front of you, I don't have a copy of it, that does require yours and the council president's signature.
Do you need a motion to approve? Do I hear a motion to move by Kale? Second by Justin, all in favor? Alright. Alright, that's it. Then we have a firework license for Lonely's Mayhem. That's just a renewal, correct?
The Lonely's Mayhem, yes, and then we have a revision to Gary Lillick for same fireworks. The first address that he had proposed fell through on him, so he is now going to be over at Hayden Outdoors. But he is looking to have 2 locations. One is actually in the city, the other one is not. So we don't have to worry about that.
Move to approve.
Moved by Kale,
Second.
second by Justin, all in favor? Okay. Trash waiver at 105A East US Highway 36.
Matter if that's blue or black.
Blue, please.
And this is a new waiver, correct?
This is a new waiver. It is from Jet Fromholtz. It is for El Jalapenos, the restaurant up there. Since it is unoccupied, he is requesting the trash waiver. Unfortunately, he didn't put anything on the reasoning lines, but that is the reason. It's because there's nobody up there. They've already taken the trash cans, correct? Yeah.
Move to approve.
Moved by Kale.
Second.
Second by Larry, all in favor? Okay. Building permits. None? Okay. Old business property cleanup.
I didn't get pictures. I mean, with employees there earlier.
What's the place on 3rd and River? The old brick house is starting to get overgrown.
Again.
Mitchell's.
No, it's
Yeah, it's been a,
Well, you could keep going to that whole street. And
around the corner too. As you turn onto the frontage road, that ditch is just overgrowing.
that
Cities.
one,
it's part of the city's responsibility.
The ditch?
Mm-hmm. Up by
Up there?
Wade's. Mm-hmm.
That's actually state road.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? State owns that part?
I can show you where the little orange markers are.
I know, I've seen them. That ain't getting road.
No.
right.
Yeah, there are different trees up.
Yeah, big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the weeds are definitely growing now.
That's what on Mitchell's. What do you do about that?
Send them a letter first, and then,
The better and mow it.
and then if you don't know, we'll
Call the city's mowing service. $250 an hour.
300.
300 an hour?
Need to bump it.
do it.
How many people?
Need to bump the
How many people
mowing.
usually mow? Just one or two?
The weasel one,
Yeah.
I think we have 8, 10. I don't know, I was gonna ask Mike today how many they've done.
Is that the ones that were unscheduled or scheduled?
You got a separate board to do that? Or you using the parks?
I think they have an app now.
Well, I guess if you want to get pictures and enough time of any properties you see that we need to address.
I had a couple more that I didn't even snap photos. I'll get them to you this weekend.
On the mowing, we don't usually just take pictures. We usually just send the letters.
Yeah.
So while you're on the topic, I have that wrote down actually. Do we want to bump that to 250? We talked about last meeting, but never made an official.
What's everybody's thoughts? Something?
I think we go high. I mean, we're not service.
That's true. Yeah. I like the idea.
I mean,
Lauren, did you ever look into that as far as you were going to look into whether or not that could be, instead of assessing it to the tax rolls, that it could be,
It can't. It has to go to the tax rolls. It can't go to collections.
okay. So let's look
So
at bumping
that-
it then. Yeah.
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 Is there a motion to bump it to
So moved.
250? Okay, moved by Larry,
Second.
second by
what
Kale.
about ones that are continuing to be?
500 next time.
Keep it at 500 each time?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, you got to deter it somehow. You take care of your own
Hire
property.
their own
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, then they can actually hire someone and only pay
How many repeat
$75.
offenders do we have?
2 or 3 usually.
I think we should send out a letter in utility bills that we're not in the business of mowing your lawns. So
We've told people that.
we're short help. You guys can't be out mowing. I don't
We had a
know.
motion and a second to go 250. Should we leave it there? And
For the first time, I would say.
Yeah, first time.
Offense.
Yeah.
do we have a?
I move on that. I mean, I was second on that. I mean, I
Okay.
vote on that.
Third on that.
Yeah, third. So the initial, send a letter, the initial charge will be 250.
Right.
I think you need to wait and see what
how that-
happens after this change, and
And then,
instead of bumping the fees without knowing if it's actually going to come back or not.
yeah,
See how it works first.
okay. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else property cleanup? Projects pending? Anybody see anything there? Intersection repairs, did you get anything from Brock?
They're on the sheriff underneath the superintendent. He gave 2 of them. They got them to me today.
One's for a patch, though, I think.
I think so too. It was like 2 feet.
Yeah, but I think that one might be the one up at the park.
First and Francis.
One by the parks, 1,500. I told him go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The section of First and Francis was 6240.
And that's,
Is that on there?
First and Francis.
that would be up there where we had the water.
Oh, Rovers.
Really
Or not
nasty.
Rovers. What's the name? Wiggers. Yeah.
Approach.
It'd be by Brian Collins.
The approach.
Intersection.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did we get that? So that this is not the weird. That's not on the one.
No, that's already
City
done.
guys did that.
And all the other ones are passed.
I imagine that was probably like $800. We just did. The Washington and Angle Road, 10,080.
Washington and England.
Did we decide to, because that was more on the co-op side, right? I mean, on the north.
Yeah, he gave me a quote on it. So.
Okay.
North side, yeah. We want to win.
And the other one was Spencer and Benton.
Mhm.
It's 44,400.
For the whole intersection.
I guess.
The whole square.
3,700 square foot.
It's a big intersection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of water.
It is.
Yeah, there's a lot of water.
Are they gonna do anything different to divert the water? Just
Talk to him about that.
Because we were gonna use the remaining street project funds, correct? Or could?
You
Good,
can.
yeah.
We can.
Maybe we do it all.
And you can also use
Sounds
the
possible.
special highway funds. So it's up to the council.
Cal's got a motion to do all of them, including Angle Road.
Except anyway, yeah, let's put that money. I got another dumb idea, a question. Maybe low. What if sometime this summer we order hot mix for some of the
for what?
potholes?
Who's gonna put it on?
I don't know. That's my question, I guess. Can we
Well,
order
yeah,
hot mix?
You have to have someone favor to put it on there. Basically.
For potholes?
Yeah, I mean, to have a hot mix, you gotta do it right away.
Right, it's got to do it right away. Can
I don't know if they'd make it from Hayes to here.
No,
it
usually
would have to come from Hayes?
It'd have to come somewhere pretty close.
Burlington?
We used to get it at Burlington, but because we had a truck that would keep it warm for a while. After that truck.
I was just wondering if that's
Usually
a
it's something,
possibility.
and then you have a small,
Small roller, right?
well, what do we call those things? Lay it down, pave it down, and then
Yeah.
someone will come in, bag it down.
Now, I believe they're doing 36 next year.
There's one in Burlington that
And
they're working on.
while they're doing 36, why can't we put some of this money back or somehow do the majority, or do whatever we need to do this year, just to get by? Whenever they come through with 36, get with the plant and get us some stuff and fix it while they're here and mix it.
You mean the state?
Huh?
Get the state to help?
Well, the plant will do it, not the state. We'll still have to buy it from the plant.
Yeah, yeah.
But at least the plant will be here, we'll get fresh materials, we can fix them correctly. And we're not having to mix it, we're not having to.
You're
do
just thinking
anything
about
else.
just
Yeah.
putting potholes with hot mix. Right.
I guess that's the better way to do it.
I mean, you don't have to go really hard to go each pothole.
Oh, I know.
That's
Have-
what.
have sections.
Usually those are tear out.
Yeah, or have sections ready that
Yeah.
are really bad, like
They're,
Spencer there and a few spots like that. I don't know. That
they're,
kind of,
you know, they're usually expensive, but there's usually those guys that follow the mix around that'll do repair work. I don't know if we could talk one of them into actually just coming in and doing it for a reasonable amount, because most of them are fly by night. But
yeah, that's
it's,
I guess I'm confused here a little bit because your hot mix is more for laying the whole street.
Right. Yeah.
It's for mill and come in and layer down with the machine.
like
I
we were
mean, you
talking
can
about.
stick in the potholes, but it's gonna eventually beat out. Just
It's
like
not gonna be any
those.
better than our other stuff we use for potholes.
I don't know what's any better.
I mean, you still got to tear it out,
Yeah, right.
clean it out, and then lay it down. Like I said, you're gonna have to really. I don't think it's feasible.
Yeah.
it was just about when they're coming through to get something.
But I think there's the crew at Burlington. Is there a way that how long they're gonna be there? When they
It's
get
a Casey's crew. Call me. I can call Casey and see.
How
There's
long
a
they're
lot
gonna
of-
be there? If they got any plans? You know?
There's a lot of streets that have like your parking areas where it's the worst, right? Curb and gutter, along the asphalt's chipped out, like Spencer or whatever. What about just getting a 12-foot strip or a 10-foot strip cut out and then just do concrete and then do the center of the streets at a later date, get the worst of those edges done. That's where our drain problems are.
Well, I would, yeah, curb and gutter on that, for sure. You don't want to go all at one time.
Do
But usually they
10 foot wide, then the parking area is done, and the curb and gutter as well. Make it all I mean, it'd be cheaper to get the worst part of some of these streets fixed really well.
Going with concrete would be expensive, but
Oh no, it'd be expensive, very expensive, but it'll also last
Yeah.
a hell of a lot longer.
well, the problem we have to pick the areas and there's curb and gutter that need repaired. We'd have to notify the homeowner because it's their responsibility and go through that whole process.
True.
I mean, it can be
No,
done.
I mean, we can do it.
If
It's
you're
just
gonna
matter
do
of-
it, you need to start thinking about doing it now.
Oh, yeah.
so we
Yeah,
can
figure out
get
which
it.
areas because, like I said, we're gonna have to notify. We
Yep.
want curb and gutter fixed and
I think
getting pricey.
the primary would be that new addition, or you call it, Park, Sunset
Park
Park.
Hill area? With the Park Hill?
Or
Oh, that's
Lutheran Park, Lutheran Church, that whole area.
Sunny Hill
Yeah.
Edition.
So, yeah, because that's all busted out.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
Sides are,
These sides are destroyed.
that would be a good place to do all that. Like I said, just wait till the centerpiece, at least you got people to park there, it's not gonna, everything parked, it's not gonna just tear out.
Yeah.
And there's been people that said up there if they're willing to have someone in to fix curb and gutter.
I think the whole curb
They said
and gutter
sign
has
us
to be
up.
redone.
Mhm.
It's just a bad design. Is the problem. Which would be a lot of money on the homeowners.
Wasn't there an issue with the sidewalks and stuff up there too?
Well, it's all one
It's
piece.
all one piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
They said something about can they be cut or will it destroy them?
Depends on how bad it is. I mean, parts of the sidewalk would have to be cut, but it is, you know, you can't cut it. But how far is it gone? Because a lot of that is undermined under the sidewalk. And then you can, well, they can say the street's fault or the sidewalk's fault. So. Either way, it just needs done.
Well, I guess we could check with Brock on pricing on what it would cost to
Yeah, how
concrete a
wide,
block. How you
how
want?
wide of a strip do we want to go? Like 8 foot,
6
10
to 8
foot?
foot, probably.
I guess let's just see what it would cost to do that per block, both sides, and then
Yeah, we could do
come back next week.
one side of one block, of multiple blocks one year, and then one side of a bunch of blocks the next year. Because if you want to do them both at once, then people who live there have nowhere to park on the street.
We could do one side and then we'd come back.
One side.
Kind of like the intersections, you do half and then
Yeah.
you do the other half.
Yeah.
So I guess, Dan, would you mind getting
So one block, 400 feet long by 35 feet wide, 345,000.
But that's full width. I'm talking just a strip along the sides, right?
I can do strip, but this is what he already gave me this.
Yeah, that's the full street. It's a lot more.
Like Main Street, he said one block, center to center, you're looking at 240,000. No, for some reason he figured on the Main Street, he said it would be about 2 million and he could start tomorrow.
No 2 weeks?
Just passing his words along.
Yeah.
No 2 weeks. Rockies start tomorrow.
Got that right?
35-foot street was
35 foot, he said most streets in town would be around 35 foot wide.
yeah.
400 feet long, so it's a one block, be 145,000.
Put that up there, that'd be a good idea right here because 6 foot or 8 foot, you're gonna have a pretty good,
Now, the
Yeah,
one
no,
he
he's-
measured the one by the
plus
Water
the
tower.
homeowner will take care of the sidewalk down together.
By the where?
water tower.
The one going down?
Oh yeah.
That's what we measured, just.
That's terrible.
That's what you want concrete though?
No, that's what he's talking about. though.
That'd be pretty slick.
So that price is for curb to curb concrete?
35 foot. Yeah.
35 foot.
But if we're talking 8 feet on each side, 16, you're gonna maybe half the cost. Maybe. Still, you're looking at about 60 grand to do both sides of one
I
block.
think it'd cost more than half.
But you're also,
You figure it's easier to tear it all out and lay it than to.
that's what I was getting
You
ready to
do
ask.
2 quarters sidewalk. Depending on the gutter, depending on what gutter.
It depends, yeah.
Well, what about the center of the street if we're not doing all concrete?
Then you just
Still have to cut it
mill
out.
that one down,
Still have to cut it out though, right?
right, but you just have to let it cut
Just the
out.
center though. And then you already have your nice edges to butt up against you. future, the new concrete. I don't know.
Or we could go the other way. You do curb and gutter, sidewalk, homeowners. You do the 8-foot, 10-foot of mill and patch of the mill.
Oh.
Tear it out and mill it. And then you do that. And then you go back later time and you do that again.
And
Yeah, I think
again,
the mobilization, when you
do
go
it again.
most there, I mean, you're gonna have
Yeah,
a
this-
project to do,
right.
bring all that equipment in there.
And then you're constantly, sealing it, and eventually it's going to be potholes again. Whereas we can get concrete done locally, it's going to last, 5 times as long. And also cost 5 times as much.
Right.
Well, look at Main Street. I mean,
But then
how old
again,
is that?
yeah, Main Street's been here for.
I mean, there's probably need patch, but I
Yeah.
mean, the extent of it is going to last longer.
yeah. Maybe concrete will come down next year. At all costs.
Well, as I said, that's the only other thing. When you guys do the budget, you need to say where you're putting this money, so we
Yeah.
know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know where you're wanting to spend all this money from.
Well, we should still at least get the price. Just
Mhm.
begin with.
Figure out,
Average.
what kind of curve we do. Are we going to do a regular curve where it actually keeps the water from getting on top of the sidewalk?
Yeah. Standard curves.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, that's one thing a city needs is a standard
yeah,
curve
the standard.
because we have many curves.
Yep. And then what's the average footprint of the car? Is it 7 foot wide tracks?
I don't know, 6 or 8. I don't know.
Do that width. It's 6. It's 6.
Bottom line, if you're gonna do them streets, you're gonna, if I understand right, you're gonna have to do the curb and gutter first.
Correct.
Yes. And if we're talking that neighborhood, it's probably a whole.
Oh yeah, it's tons.
I mean, if you're gonna change the footprint of the curb and gutter, which probably needs to be done, you're gonna have to replace it all.
Oh, yeah.
And that would
The
be-
homeowner's
We
responsibility.
couldn't do all that at once, but
Yeah.
Well, that
Took a
was
little
one
up
of the
there,
things
some
we
up here,
discussed
and
several
all
years
around
ago about how much more expensive it's gonna be able to redo the sidewalk and the curb and gutter instead of just the curb and gutter.
No, sidewalks is, property owners.
So is curb and gutter. But with that
So-
issue, that they can come to the city and petition us to put it on the tax rolls and pay it off over time. And if that's the case, then we have to budget to be able to afford to cover, afford them, pay it over time. And I don't remember, is there a certain time frame on that, Lauren?
I don't know off the top of my head.
So I guess there's,
5 or 7 years.
because, well, Gabe was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Other than do we have anybody through the First Street project? Yes.
Yeah, they still actually have a couple of years.
So I bet you it's
Other
5
than
years.
one, Heritage is the only one that finished up this year.
Because
They
theirs
could-
was not part of the, or did they have some,
They, I have no idea
'Cause they had-
when they had it, but
they had some down at the lumberyard. And
Yeah,
then
they
there
weren't
was,
part of the street.
then there was some in the street project. I bet it's 5 years. But I guess we can look into that and see.
So you did all that on the west side.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all on board about trying to get something done, but it's like Dan said, we've got to know where the money's coming from and where it's going.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we need to have kind of a plan of where we want to start and this year, next year, get it. We do have a motion from Kale, though, going back to concrete to approve everything except for Angle Road.
Second.
Second by Larry, all in favor?
Well, yeah, it's basically on.
What?
Do you have anything else in place of that one?
Which one?
The
The
Angle
one you
Road.
don't want to do?
Angle Road?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what, it was 10,000, right? I don't know if there's any other spots.
What do we want to pay that on? Do we want to?
Were we gonna use the leftover money? The,
Special highway?
Special highway, or we have leftover bonds? Can we use
I
that?
think it was a leftover bond fund.
Can we use, like, do this project and do additional, or do we need to utilize that all at once?
No, you can.
Because last meeting, yeah, you said you could
Yeah,
use
we
it for
would
anything.
just have to
street related.
redo the ordinance, and if we get.
Well, that's what I'm like, do we want to try to utilize it all and redo the ordinance, or do we want to redo it multiple
With-
times? How does,
Well, with the ordinance, when he rewrites it, he can specify that we took out the two streets from the street project, and the remaining funds are going to be used for other street work
okay,
in town, so that it basically blankets everything but keeps it street.
okay,
Yeah.
so your motion was paid out of
Yeah.
bonds, okay. Okay, I guess we'll keep working
Get
forward
more
on.
spots, get more sections figured out.
Okay,
So we're gonna get at least an estimate of how much that would cost?
yeah, I thought Dan was gonna
Yeah, it was-
get that,
okay.
weren't you?
On what?
If we just did the,
Decide,
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
the curb and gutter, if
curb
we
and
decide
gutters.
if we're gonna
Maybe
redo
it's-
everything.
Maybe it's only 7 feet. Let's figure out what a good width would be. Whatever.
Well, maybe it
Brock
depends
thinks.
on what area. It might depend on if we might be able
The
to
width
buy
of the
with
road.
6, and we might be able to.
Yeah.
You know, depends on how good the
True.
street is, too.
Yeah.
So, I guess Dan, if you want to look into, and I'll try to take a figure and take a look to see
For
what.
that 10,000, maybe we could look at some of the sections on Washington. We could saw out and fill in some of those seams that are really.
One by the bay?
Brock says that's not real easy to do.
No, I know.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
Jackhammer it
talking
out.
bigger areas and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
There are some spots that could.
There's some spots we could do though.
Yeah.
let's fight
But that
out.
one, I mean, cut it out, jackhammer it out, we're good. Can't be any.
Right, there's no forming.
Yeah,
It's,
Mhm.
well, maybe some expansion during the
just tie
But
it.
yeah, you still got, yeah, you got some edges.
But yep, I mean, there's some places where on Washington that were patched, but now are sunk really bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So a lot of that just needs to be done.
Yeah.
Anything else on streets projects since we're talking streets, Dan? Nothing? Okay.
Do we use all the patch?
I think we ever had the second road in.
Pool report.
I don't have anything.
Superintendent report?
Okay. So on the pool, the chair cover is $461.66. I don't know if we want to buy that or figure out a tarp system or what. And the battery covers are $55.
Probably.
And that's the one that was misplaced. What do you mean by tarp system?
Oh, we could try to wrap it with a tarp or something just to keep it.
Spending $400 on our natural cover.
I don't know why you couldn't put a tarp on it.
Can we see what we can do?
I can talk to
forward?
them, talk to the guys and see what they think.
Yeah.
Okay.
We missed out to order the battery cover, but I would just do that. It's $55.
Yeah.
Custom fitted?
Canvas.
No.
Or you could even build a hard shell on it.
So you got the
Yeah.
boat cover.
Boat cover.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what we can do with the tarp.
I guess we can bring up the power outage.
Good job. Thanks for coming in.
It's, we took a hit of lightning, it looked like we had a fuse go out, and then our transformer won't kick back in. So from like 8 o'clock that night till 5 in the morning, you guys had power, but it wasn't from them. It was coming out of generators that nobody believes we have. So,
The ones that don't work?
yeah. Which we do have 2 that work, and we have 1 that needs the water pump looked at. And I think we talked about that a while back, but I don't know if we ever decided to go forward with it. I can't remember, so I was gonna go back and check.
I move that we go.
Moved by Justin,
Sorry.
second by Kale, all in favor? Alright, move
Did we have a
forward.
problem getting someone here to look at it?
Huh?
Did we have a problem getting someone here to look at it?
No, I think we can get someone here to look at it. The other thing, I kind of want to make clear, hopefully the paper picks up on this. If people have a problem with oxygen and have to have power, they need to have their own means of power, whether it be a Generac or city doesn't guarantee power. We
Right.
can't. There's no way.
Oh yeah, of course.
But we had that phone call, so people had their oxygen and their max the power's off. So we can't guarantee you power. And the transformer that was out, actually, we can't even generate the higher voltage without me going and doing a bunch of switching around town. So we still had 2 feeders on the tie, and everything else is on the power plant. And then we did a bunch of stuff with the transformer. I'm not real sure what we did, but it made a lot of noise, and everything started working again. So,
The hammer?
huh?
The hammer?
Well, I didn't think it was, but it sounded like it.
Good for one, it didn't help me quite a bit.
Actually, Prelon got called out on their own, so they weren't here.
That pole go down.
That's why I came home. Okay. The other thing I have is AEDs come up again for like the hospital. I don't know if we want to purchase them or we want to do the lease. I only have 1 page. Maybe. I wrote to the side what the lease would be on. These machines.
Just the one that they take care of everything.
If you lease it, they take care of everything. If you want to buy it, there's a purchase price there too.
Would we need to lease them? Or how-
We can just buy them and then we're responsible for everything though.
Something would happen there.
But at the same time, I wonder, could we use ARPA funds to buy them? Yeah. Can we use ARPA funds to buy them? So if you guys decide to purchase them, we could just purchase them.
To buy it or lease it? Can you use the funds to lease it?
I would say probably buy.
Buy
I
it.
think you'd have, I
Have to
think
buy
they
it.
Actually have to purchase.
yes, I think they'd be spent by the end of the year.
So if you buy it outright,
Yeah.
can you,
Okay.
do they have any kind of a maintenance agreement? If we bought it outright?
It's on there, it's like $30 a month. They'll still check them out.
Would we need somebody to check them out monthly?
Yeah, probably.
That's the only thing with the lease too, because they do a monthly check, they keep records of it. If it gets used, they come back in and check it right away. So it's kind of a catch-22. For no more you're talking on a lease. So I don't think there's what, a couple $100 difference for a 3-year commitment.
Something would, if it goes down.
I mean, if the lifeguard grabs it and drops it and it breaks, they fix it. We don't pay no extra.
Because we're gonna put one at the,
One at the pool, and then I think we try to move it down here or somewhere during non-pool hours for pool season. If we got 2, I'd put one probably in the bucket truck since that's the main thing. That's the next place I think your heart would get stopped if you get hit by electricity.
Yeah.
Would that make more sense than having one at the city office?
On the bucket truck. Yes, but then are you going to give it away for 3 months and hope nothing happens on your bucket truck?
Or do you come and get it when you using the bucket truck or using?
No, I would take have to change it out, because
No, no, no.
it'd take me
Did you get
10
the
minutes to go do
email?
it.
No, I didn't get it. Okay.
So this is 2853 to buy an outright.
Did I put buy on there?
So
Behind it.
3960 lease 3-year, 3756 buy, 28 lease 3-year, 2853 buy.
And that's adding them checking it out too. That's adding all that stuff in there.
39 is them checking it.
She, not quite $1,000 difference.
Right. And I can go look through EMS and stuff too if you want to do that and see if they got different machines.
I
think
talked
we need
with
to pull
Jill
the
and she
trigger.
was going to look into, we might check with Jill and see. She stopped in and she had talked about doing some checking and I didn't get back with her.
Okay.
So,
If we wait too long, we're not going to have it for pool season. It's already been
Right.
mentioned several times.
yeah, Dan, I'll get with you and visit with Jill and
Okay.
bounce it off the EMS before we.
So, just for your information, Leanne figured this a year ago on the recycling.
Yes, but that's updated. That's to their new
This is
hourly, yes.
so figures at 156 hour based on an average hourly rate of $30.43, which is probably overtime rate.
Yes.
It's $4,747.51 we're paying out of per year. The question is going to be is how much longer we do that, or do we finally tell them you're going to have to take it?
Looks like you're getting less and less people.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't make sense to pay our guys the overtime to go do something when they could be working someplace else, whether it's overtime or not.
Well, and that's the thing, if we're not paying them overtime, then they're doing it during the work week, then they're taking care of recycling as opposed to.
Street.
And the only other
Or
thing,
do we look for somebody part-time? Or we want to go out and do it?
Haven't we tried that?
we have.
Part-time people, but that was back when we were part of the regional in Colby where the money was coming in, and now there's no money coming into the city and we're the ones paying the expense out.
And I'd say the only other thing I have, I mean, maybe we could talk to the county and get some of the expense back because they are getting paid for the cardboard again.
I guess that's where we need to start. Maybe we need to go to the commissioners and show them what we're paying on average, what we're paying out and not getting anything back. And I know I did talk to Willie week before last. Yeah. And he thought he had a prospect up in Colorado. So I don't know if we want to get the recycle board together. Try
To
that.
haul it or what?
The place to
haul
go
it
to
too?
get, yeah, that would take more than just cardboard, I thought.
Well, this lady will take it all if we'll get it to her.
Mm-hmm. But this, I thought they would come get it.
I know what we got now, we've agreed to get to her, so we gotta figure out how to get that to her. Cause she's helped her end up, and we're getting several cardboard trucks from her. In the agreement, we would take what we have here to North Platte. We're gonna figure out how to get a hold of North Platte.
I guess maybe we could get the recycle board together and see what prospect really has it to say, this is what we gotta do. Probably go to the commissioners.
I mean, I know
And
the people
figure-
wouldn't take it out there, but my personal opinion is they should go to the dump. They take the baler, they take all of it.
That's why I was saying, can we take it over?
Isn't
But-
the main issue going to be the cardboard
As far as,
as far as space at the dump?
Well, that's what they say. I'm confused on that a little bit, but that's what they say.
I mean, we've got to figure out the whole hour end of the agreement.
Right. I think we need to get what we got here to her. Then after that, we can talk to her and say, hey, we'll change over or something.
Does it have to be an enclosed trailer?
Not necessarily. I mean, we have to block the tops off the stuff so they don't blow out.
Let's just find out if there's somebody local to hold it up there. Talk to Dave Yost or talk to, I don't know who else for sure.
I don't either. I tried to get the county to haul it several times.
They just don't have the right
Who's
equipment.
the agreement with? Is it with the city or is it with the county?
On the taking the stuff up there.
Yeah.
I think Byron made that agreement. She talked to me about it because we're getting the cardboard trucks in. I mean, we got one coming Wednesday this week, so that's why I said I think maybe we need to talk to them about getting the cardboard back. That's what we're gonna do. I also know the recycle's a big downer for a lot of the guys. They don't want to spend their weekends up there.
Oh yeah.
Shouldn't have.
Getting overtime or not, they don't want to spend their weekends up there. But yeah, that's the agreement Byron made with her to begin with, because she told me about it when she called me. And that's why I tried to get the county to haul it, but they said they don't have the right equipment, but they have the same flatbed that Dave Yost is going to have.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would have to have special permits because it's their product until they get there. Or anybody else would have to have permits and stuff, so it's going to cost.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Just bringing it up with the cost. I think somebody asked for a while back what we were paying.
Should we talk with the commissioners and
I think so.
Well, last time I was there, they wanted to figure out how much it was they needed to be budgeting if they were going to take it over.
At some point, it can't just be a service for everything.
yeah. And I think maybe now's the time where it's budget time to take it to the commissioners and
But we don't have the manpower or the means.
And they might be in the same situation as one. I don't know. There needs to be another
we made
Or-
the
or
agreement
split
to do
their-
some of this stuff. Yeah.
cost of someone between the county and the city to.
That
City.
hasn't happened.
What's that?
Any extra employee help from the team.
I don't know. No, we've been doing all that up there. Or recycling and stuff. And I checked in, like you said, part-time, but you get anybody under 18, they can put the cardboard in the baler, but they can't push the button around the baler. So you got one guy up there that stands there and pushes the button for them. And
Well, I agree with you. If we need to meet our obligations, we take care of that.
Let's take care
I've
of
had
that.
some people ask, what happens if you lock the doors?
yeah.
And then if the county really wants it to happen, what's it gonna take to get them involved?
Take it out there.
That's how it's
Drop the
happening.
balers out of the landfill.
Well, if they really want it, even if we let them take over that building, what's it matter?
Doesn't,
I mean, sure, I'd take it for storage if they're not going to use it, but if they could use it, then so let them use it. But they ain't jumping up to take it over, so.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this a county initiative to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we had to file for the grant because of where they wanted the building.
Mm-hmm.
Because they put it in city
Mhm.
to make it convenient for the people. So
handle the out-of-town people.
That's why I said if you take it to the landfill, a lot of people ain't gonna take their stuff out there. But I guess it's that or shut the doors and they don't take their stuff anywhere. So
It's gone to the landfill anyways.
right. So I guess I can get with you sometime and we can figure out.
Okay, that'll work.
Good. Then I'm going to talk to Ed at Heartland about moving and I think this has been talked about before, but I'm talking about moving the air conditioner out of the old firehouse to the scout hut. And maybe we can make that a more usable space if people want to use it in the summertime.
Okay.
Because it don't need to be up there really.
No.
Other than that, I'll need an executive session for, I don't know, we can try 5 minutes for non-elected personnel. Hopefully, that's down.
Anybody have any questions for Dan?
What's the loader at the grass pile? What's the status on that?
Yard art.
Yeah. No, we're trying to, we were going to go get it, or Anderson can go work on it, and it was in a lake. Well, he said we weren't going to do that, so we're going to try to get together. I've already contacted him, and when he has a chance, we're going to go up and air it up and try to get it drug out of there at least. But I don't know where we're at as far as what's going to be done. He's going to look at it and see if he can fix it by chance. But I've had a lot of people want to buy it, so I don't know what it's worth with a motor that don't start. But
Let's see if we can figure out what's wrong with it and
yeah,
go from there.
but we'll try to get it drug out of there. I've got to call in with him, so
Okay.
we can get it drug out of there.
There a motion to accept and file the superintendent report.
So look,
Second by Dustin, second by Dara, all in favor? Attorney report.
I don't have anything.
Okay, clerk report.
So, I put this out there under you, but I guess you didn't see it.
I forgot about it.
St. Francis High School has approved the chip sealing quote that we gave them.
when is that chip seal? When's that chip with them?
I don't know when they're going to do it yet. I haven't heard.
They're doing pipe bursting at the sewer again July 22nd. Probably from your manhole inside the building.
They're going to dig up the street again.
I don't know. I don't know. Right. Just heads up.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't called me yet, so.
We have finished our KMIT, I guess, audit part of it. We did it via the phone this year because Trenton could not come here physically. We scored a 94.12% for our modification, which gives us another gold star to go in our windowsill here. I know. So sorry, it's not a 94 on that. Our modification went from a 1.13 from last year down to a 0.84, which does actually help us with insurance moving forward. We don't have any insurance costs from them yet for any estimate, but just wanted to share that with you guys. They did bring up us reenacting or becoming part of the POET program. It's the pre-offer employment physical. He was supposed to be getting me locations of who does them. He says that we can do regular physicals here at the clinic if we wanted to start that. However, it doesn't put us in the POET program, so there's no cost savings or anything like that. We wouldn't know the baseline per individual that we do offer employment to, so that if they do get injured on the job, we don't know where they're supposed to get back to. As of right now, if they get injured, we're supposed to get them back to 100%. But if they only started at 75% of usage, then it's one of those. But he has not been able to get me that information. I put out there the League of Kansas annual conference, which is going to be in Wichita, October 10th through the 12th. Registration is starting at the beginning of July. Still don't know if I will be available to, but wanted to put it out there so if any of you guys wanted to go.
When is it?
It's in October 10th through the 12th. And then I just need a 2-minute executive session for employee status update.
Any questions for Leanne? How does there a motion to accept this ballot clerk report?
Second.
Moved by Kale, second by Justin, all in favor? Alright, council comments, Bud. Kale? Larry?
I'd just like to say 2 things. Thanks to Dan for coming back and helping out with the electrical. Thanks to the city crew for having the park in great shape for alumni. That's all I've got.
Sarah? Justin?
Same thing. Thank you, Dan.
The only thing I have is I'm headed to Atwood tomorrow to meet with Roger Marshall's office on any projects we have going on or concerns we have. So if anybody has anything they want me to pass along or bring up, that's what
Is he going to see the governor anytime soon?
Can you fix the
From
furniture? Pull some weight there?
from government. We'll try. Yeah.
Maybe he would like his name on the street.
Roger Marshall Frontage Road. That's right.
Has a nice ring, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I will do it.
All right, who wants to go first on executive session? Dan? Okay, do we hear a motion?
You can vote either.
Okay.
I'm going to go into executive session for 5 minutes for the purpose of non-elected personnel with everybody.
Everybody can stay, or Lauren can leave if she wants. I don't need
Are you
her.
out of here? Okay. What's that for?
I'm not needed, I'm going.
Moved by Larry, second by Justin, all in favor? All right, see y'all.
There I'm going.
All right, we're out of executive session, no decisions made. Do I hear a motion to go into executive session for non-elected personnel for employee status for Leanne for 2 minutes?
Move.
Moved by Justin.
Second.
Second by Dara, all in favor? All righty.
30 works pretty good.
Yeah.
Doesn't it though?
Works great. I guess everybody.
Okay.
All right, we're out of executive session, no decisions made. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? There's the cricket. Oh. Moved by Larry, second by Justin. He said it, he didn't stand up.
All right.
Ugh.